Hello, guys, and welcome back to the NW Sportscast. Today, it's a pretty exciting video. Tomorrow, the Seahawks, as well as 31 other teams in the NFL, are doing the NFL 2021 draft. The Seahawks aren't going to draft till the second round, but will that stop me being excited? No, it will not. The draft brings prosperity and hope, except for the fact that the Seahawks really haven't had a huge contributor except for DK Metcalf in the recent years. But we're going to get going. We're going to be doing our top 10 mock draft the night before. And then tomorrow, look out for me and Levi to do some reactions to the picks. And then we're going to be doing some letter grades for the first round. And we're also going to be doing letter grades after the third round. After the seventh round for full drafts. Yeah, it'll be fun. So the Seahawks, we're not going to see tomorrow, but we might see them tomorrow, but yeah, it'll be fun either way. So here we go. This is our mock drafts top 10. If before we get started, leave a like on the video, subscribe, and comment down below what your top 10 is. Levi, you want to get started with number one?
Yeah, I think we all know who this is going to be. Number one, Trevor Lawrence, Jacksonville Jaguars. There's literally no way this has not happened. Seth says nope as well.
Yeah, I heard some
it's
stuff
not
about
happening.
Not competitive
There's
or something.
no way
but they're going to go with Trevor.
Shocked.
They're going to go with T-Law too. If they don't go
I'd be shocked out of my mind if they didn't.
If they don't go with T-Law, they're being dumb.
Yeah, they would be so dumb to not go with T-Law. All right, who do you have at 2? Zach Wilson?
Yeah. I mean, this was really weird because I would say 2 or 3 months ago, it was really Justin Fields versus Zach Wilson. And lots of people are leaning towards Fields, but now lots of people haven't fallen out of the top 3. I'm going to go with Zach Wilson here, though.
Yeah, I went with Wilson as well. I do think that judging from everything we've been hearing and everything the Jets have been saying and the rumors, it's probably most likely he is going here. I say there's a 90 or maybe 80% shot that he's number 2. So now the one that is probably the most controversy
95%.
surrounding this one, the 49ers. It's kind of a split. A lot of people think it's going to be Jones. A lot of people think it's going to be Fields. Who do you have?
If I was the 49ers, I would take Justin Fields. However, I'm not the 49ers, and I heard a report that it's either going to be Trey Lance or Matt Jones. I did a really in-depth analysis on this, about 7 minutes long. I posted last night about my full discussion on it. Actually, I got kind of heated with myself, but I went with the conclusion that they're going to go with Mac Jones. And if you want to learn more, go to watch my video. But pretty much just summarizing it, I think it's just because Kyle Shanahan wants a quarterback that was kind of like Kirk Cousins, that can just stand in there, does what he wants to do, doesn't make stuff, doesn't make a bunch of like magical plays, just is a system quarterback. But in my opinion, Mac Jones, you tell me right now, Russell Wilson isn't going to beat Mac Jones. You're crazy. Russell Wilson's going to beat Mac Jones 2 times next year if Mac Jones is their quarterback, and that's pretty much all there is to it. However, I think they are going to go with Mac Jones.
Well, that's interesting because I actually saw a report 2 days ago saying that they were planning to draft Justin Fields. So I don't know where these reports are coming from. Yeah, man. I mean, these reports are kind of conflicting. But anyways, I have them taking Fields not only because of the report I saw, but because I think that if they are smart, that is the guy they'll take. Because I think he has combined the fact that he has more potential than Jones, and I think he's more ready to play than Lance. I think Lance has the most potential out of the 3, but I think the 49ers also want someone who they can kind of just plug in right away, because clearly they don't trust Garoppolo. They're not trading up to 3 if they trust Garoppolo. So if they want a quarterback this year who has more potential than some of the other guys, and he can still grow in to maybe he can be better than Trey Lance. I think Lance could be really good.
Did you see it apparently has the highest grade, like he scored the highest test score ever for
Justin
that
Fields?
Yeah, for like that quarterback draft, that quarterback like test thing.
Wow, I did not see that, but that just helps my case.
Highest ever. So that that just proves like Mac Jones is a smart guy, but so is Justin Fields. I was actually really close to taking Trey Lance with this pick, and then have him sit behind Jimmy G for the first 8 weeks, and then ship Jimmy G off for another team, and then putting in Trey Lance. Let's move on to number 4. I have the Falcons taking Justin Fields here.
Yeah, I actually have a trade at number 4.
Yeah, I can see it.
I have the Dolphins trading up to 4 and swapping picks
No
from 4
way.
and
See, that's
6.
dumb.
And here's why, because I think the Dolphins heading into this draft, maybe you disagree, but for the Dolphins, I think that if they're in the same mindset that I am, they're looking to get to a really strong weapon, right? And I think at
But they
4 they can get him that weapon.
At 6 they can still get that.
Can they, with the Bengals and
Yes.
the Falcons, who might also both want good young receiver? I mean, Jamar Chase
worst case scenario, Falcons.
Waddle over Chase.
Yeah, absolutely. Worst case scenario is that, let's say Jamar Chase goes to the Falcons at 4, and then the Bengals take Kyle Pitts at 5. Then you still have so many good options at wide receiver there.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is Jamar Chase is high and above the rest of the field as far as draft recruitment.
I disagree.
Well, the Bengals said the Dolphins said they want to take Waddle over Chase.
The Dolphins said they want to take Waddle over Chase.
Waddle is the guy they're targeting.
When did they say that?
A couple days ago.
Well, I didn't hear that. So
that's literally what the coach said.
Well, I didn't hear the coach say that. So I'll believe you. But that's just my mock draft, so that's not.
Yeah, and if Seth wants to voice his opinion, he can get on the show, but he's not on the show. So let's move on to number 5. I just took 4 straight quarterbacks with the first 4 picks.
Well, hold on, real quick. Just for the fans, explain yourself. Why do the Falcons need a quarterback? Because I think a lot of people are kind of split on this as well. I'm in the camp of, you're already paying Matt Ryan $30 million a year, and he's still a solid QB. Why don't you give him one more year with a new offensive coach to see if it'll click, then draft a quarterback maybe next year? Because you're not starting the guy that you draft.
I'm under the impersonation that that's the best plan as well. But again, this is not what I think they should do. This is what I think they will do. And I personally think that they obviously are under the cap right now. They don't have enough cap space to pay all the rookies they would have in this draft. They couldn't even pay all their rookie draft prospects with their current draft situation. So their options are either to trade Julio Jones or to trade Matt Ryan. And I think Matt Ryan aging, he hasn't played bad, but he hasn't played great. And I just think that you take Justin Fields here at 4. You trade Matt Ryan while he still has some trade value. You keep Julio, and you hope you go on a run next year or maybe even this year.
You're saying that they should trade Matt Ryan? Who's going to trade for Matt Ryan?
He has trade value right now.
Who? No, he doesn't. Every team already has a quarterback. Who's going to trade for Matt Ryan?
For example, the 49ers would take Matt Ryan if they took Trey Lance at 3.
No, they already have Trey Lance. Why would they want Matt Ryan?
Because Trey Lance needs to sit behind someone for a year.
That's why Jimmy G's under contract, though.
Yeah, but you would rather have Matt Ryan than Jimmy G.
Maybe that might be true, but why would the Niners take on $15 million of extra salary for a QB who's pretty much just as good?
He has trade value.
I don't know. I disagree with that, but maybe he does.
Yeah, he could go to I bet he could go to the Panthers.
The Panthers just traded Teddy Bridgewater. You think they're going to replace Teddy Bridgewater with Matt Ryan? Why would they want to do that? They have Darnold. They have Darnold, though, and it's not for a year. It's for 3. Ryan has 3 years on this deal.
He has trade value right now. He does. They can find a team to trade for him.
I strongly do not agree with that, but
you think no one would trade for Matt Ryan right now? You think no one would trade for Matt Ryan, a former MVP? No one would trade for him.
Right now, no one wants to take that contract on for a guy who is, at this point, he wouldn't be a starter for half the teams in the NFL, and the other half don't want a veteran who he wouldn't be. Half the teams have a quarterback.
So Levi, if you don't think he's going to be a starter for half the teams, then why aren't you taking a quarterback at 4 and then just having Matt Ryan play the first 8 games?
Because my reasoning is because for the Falcons,
that doesn't make sense. Then
do the Falcons want a quarterback controversy for their first year as their head coach? Does Arthur Smith want
the fault to your argument? The fault to your argument is that your whole thing is you're saying Matt Ryan isn't good enough to trade, but then you're not taking a quarterback to replace him because you think he's good enough to play.
It's not that he isn't good enough to trade. It's that combined with the fact he's an average quarterback with an above-average salary, that's why he can't be traded.
Yes, but teams that are in win now mode that don't have a quarterback but have a really good team around them could trade for Matt Ryan.
But which teams is that?
I'm saying the 49ers is probably their best bet.
And all I'm saying is that Matt Ryan's not that much better than Jimmy G to substantiate taking on that much extra cost.
I definitely think he's better.
Maybe he is.
The Bears. The Bears.
Why would they have signed Andy Dalton and said that he's their QB if they're planning to trade for Matt Ryan?
I'm not saying it's their plan, but I'm saying that's another opportunity.
Well, I think this is a good debate for another video.
Don't really have a quarterback that could need a quarterback. I don't know. Again, this is not what I think they should do. I think if you have Justin Fields at 4, you take Justin Fields at 4. If you have Mac Jones at 4, you don't take Mac Jones at 4.
That's the other thing. And that's the other thing because I have Fields going off at 3. And also I think it is a possibility that they could trade the pick to New England if New England wants Trey Lance or Fields. New England could trade to the Falcons, and that might actually be.
I just think New England's never aggressive in the draft.
I know that's what I'm not betting on that either, but they could.
I think New England's they're never aggressive in the draft. I don't think they're going to be aggressive this year either. Let's move to 5. We have Bengals at 5. I have Penny Sewell. I think he's the best offensive tackle prospect, and I think the Bengals are going to take Penny Sewell at 5. Levi, who do you have at 5?
Also Penny Sewell.
Okay, we're pretty mutual on that. Lots of people.
I mean, Joe Burrow needs protection.
Some people think, such as Colin Cowherd, thinks Rashawn Slater will go here at 5. But that's just him. At 6, I have Dolphins taking Kyle Pitts, and if the Dolphins get this would be a blessing. That would be scary with Mike Gesicki and Kyle Pitts back there. Kyle Pitts is pretty much a wide receiver who can block.
Yeah, I have Pitts as well. Because of my trade, this is the Falcons getting Pitts and not the Dolphins. So I have the Dolphins getting Chase over Pitts, and then the Falcons end up with Pitts. Either way, whether or not, maybe the Falcons will keep their number 4 pick and get Chase, and the Dolphins get Pitts. I don't know, but I do think that Pitts is going after the number 6 pick as well. He's too good to not.
And then I actually have the Panthers trading up a spot here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they're going to go get Trey Lance. And they're going to trade 2 seconds and their number 8 pick to the Lions to go up 1 spot and take Trey Lance.
So you think the Lions want Trey Lance and the Panthers are going to want him just a little bit more?
Yes, I think the Lions are going to be like, okay, we have an offer from the Broncos. And we have an offer from the Panthers, or we could just take Trey Lance. Let's go over our options. Okay, Broncos are offering us 2 seconds. The Panthers are offering us 2 seconds, and we could just take Trey Lance. How about we bet on Jared Goff another year, and then if need be, if we really go badly here, we probably have a top 5 draft pick next year. We either trade for a quarterback or we get a quarterback in the draft next year. And, we get some draft capital and still get the number 8 selection. I think that's going to end up happening. And the Panthers then secure their Trey Lance pick and don't bet that the Lions don't take him or the Broncos trade up instead of them.
Yeah, so I agree that the Panthers are going to take Trey Lance, but I don't have them getting him as a trade. I have them getting him at the 8th pick, which is why it's the 7th pick. The Lions, to me, they need defensive help more than anything else. I have them taking Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I think the weapons would also – they have nothing. They just traded Kenny Golladay. Their only weapon they just traded.
Yeah, that's true. They lost Golladay, so that could
I could definitely see them just going with Jamar Chase there too. But, yeah, I like the Patrick Surtain pick. And then at 8, you have Trey Lance. You want to quickly talk about same thing about what I said pretty much?
Yeah, I mean, the Panthers, they just traded Teddy Bridgewater, so the only quarterback they have now is
Where'd he go, by the way?
He's on the Broncos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was like a 6th rounder for Teddy Bridgewater, so really he did not go for much.
I think that's actually telling us that the Broncos are going to not take a quarterback this year. Yeah. And they're just going to they're going to take their chances on Drew Lock, and then if that really backfires, they're going to go with Teddy.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, because And plus, when you have the top 4 QBs are now all off the board on both of our draft boards, the Broncos would have had to
top
trade
5,
up to get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the
Which
top
is
5
really
off the board.
crazy.
And the
our
Broncos are not gonna take Mac Jones when they already have.
5 out of our last 7 picks for me have been quarterbacks, which I think would be a record. Okay, this is actually a really, really strong quarterback class, though. So for anybody like the Panthers, this is actually a really, really big blessing because usually at 8, you can't find that guy that could be a top, 2 or 3 pick in a regular draft. At 9, I have the Broncos, and they, after getting not needing they need a quarterback, but after kind of sending the signal that, okay, we're not going to try to get a quarterback. If some reason Trey Lance falls, we might take him. And Trey Lance does not fall in my mock draft, so I'm going to take Patrick Surtain at 9. Need defensive help. He's really, really good.
You missed. You skipped 8. Who do you have the Lions taking?
8. I have Rashawn Slater.
Oh, Rashawn Slater. Okay.
I have the Lions needing help to protect Matthew Stafford. I also could see them getting Jamar Chase here, but I think Rashawn Slater is really, really good, and I think offensive line help is really, really hard in the NFL. And if you have a guy like Rashawn Slater there, you should take him. I think Jamar Chase would not be a bad pick either, but I have the Lions taking Rashawn Slater. Then I have the Broncos taking Patrick Surtain, deepening up that defensive, that really, really depleted defensive room, and getting a young rookie there to maybe spark things up on that side of the ball. Levi?
I have the Broncos. I do have them taking a cornerback, but since I had the Lions taking Surtain, I have the Broncos getting J.C. Horn.
Yeah, I think it's a little high for him, but
yeah, it's a bit of a reach for him. But consider I thought about having them go for Jalen Waddle, but or Devontae Smith also, but I ended up deciding that they might need defense a little bit more than receivers.
Yeah. So you have who taking?
Broncos taking J.C. Horn.
Broncos. Okay, so here's Horn there. So okay. For 10, Dallas is there. I actually have the Chargers trading up to get another weapon in Jamar Chase via Dallas. And I think they're going to trade a second, a third, and a 2022 fourth for Jamar Chase at 10. And I think Dallas will then take a J.C. Horn type guy at, I believe it's 15. So that is my belief, and I think that makes sense for the Chargers to take a really, really revolutionary guy like Jamar Chase at 10. You could get some defensive help with J.C. Horn there, or I guess you could get a Waddle there, but I think Jamar Chase is a pretty foolproof plan for the Chargers. I really don't see how Jamar Chase can fail in the NFL. If I look at these guys, I do not see Rashawn Slater, Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Trevor Lawrence failing in the NFL, and Penei Sewell failing in the NFL. Those 5 guys. Zach Wilson, debatable. Mac Jones, debatable. Justin Fields, debatable. Trey Lance, debatable. And Patrick Surtain, you do see some high cornerbacks getting too much praise in college because they can run a really fast 40, and then they can't just translate as well to the NFL. But I do think Patrick Surtain is a pretty lock as well. But I definitely think those 5 guys will translate to the NFL. So I think taking Jamar Chase, full proof plan to help out a guy like Justin Herbert from not going in a sophomore slump, and hopefully going for a playoff push next year in a really tough division.
Yeah, that's a fine pick. I was kind of aiming a lot for the Chargers. I was thinking maybe they'd go more for the offensive line, but yeah, if a guy like Chase or even Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith is still there for them, that might be the way to go. But I don't have them trading. I have the Cowboys taking that 10th pick, and I think that they are going to go with Micah Parsons, the best linebacker in this draft class. The Cowboys, I mean, their defense was so bad last year.
Do they have linebacker help? I know they had like Van Der Esch, but who else?
I don't really know who their linebackers are, to be honest. I know that they had Smith.
Van Der Esch.
Yeah, Van Der Esch.
Van Der Esch. That's what I said. Yeah.
And
so yeah, you have Cowboys taking. Yeah, that's a good pick.
And yeah, there we go. There's a top 10.
Okay, so that is our top 10. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Again, me and Levi are going to be doing our draft thing. Maybe Seth will be doing some reactions as well. Stay tuned for that. Also, I'm going to be releasing, I'm going to be an opening for this box tonight, or I'm going to be releasing it tomorrow. So if you're interested in card openings like that, I have a couple already out on the channel, and another one's coming up tomorrow. So thanks for watching. If you're here all the way to the end of the video, you might as well like it. And you can subscribe. It's free to unsubscribe, and it helps our channel out a lot. So no harm in subscribing. And that's the great thing about YouTube. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to our channel on like Twitch or like anything else like that. So it means a lot to us. Thanks for watching. Levi, anything?
Sorry, I was muted. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for watching. This is the NW Sportscast. See ya. Go Mariners. And hopefully the Hawks can pull off something.